Okay, folks, we are going to go through the install and configuration of the Rxdap system using VST host. This is very, very similar to the TX side that I introduced a few weeks or 2 or 3 weeks ago now. I'm going to walk you through this. So what you're seeing right now on the screen is the website. I will have this linked in the video. All right, and this is if you go to more, this is the Rxdap VST host page right here. This is what pops up. So what I did was I put together a free, 100% free version of this, which works very well. Not as good as the Supertone Clear, the VST that I use primarily, but I completely deleted everything out, and I'm going to show you how to get it back in there. So again, like the TX side, you're going to need the VST plugin zipped. You need to download this, click on this, it'll take you to this page, and you can either download from here or download from here. Once it downloads, you need to right click and extract all, and you need to extract that to your C drive. You must do that. If you don't put it in the C drive, VST host isn't going to see any of the plugins. All right, just to let you know, don't screw that up. And you're going to need the VST host Rxdap zipped link, the zipped package. This is the actual software that runs. So here we go. I already did the plugins. So click on that and go ahead up here to download. Just click this and it'll take a few moments to download. I'll show you how to get it in there. All right, once that's done, we'll get out of there. Go to your downloads folder. What you want to do is right click on the VST host Rxdap that you downloaded. Go to extract all. Click browse. This must be put on your desktop. So place it on your desktop. All right. The best bet is to just put it on the desktop. Just don't deviate from where I have mine, and everything should light right up, and I'll show you. So select folder and extract. And if we come over here to the desktop, you will see right here, VST host Rxdap. All right, so what we're going to do now, seeing as how I have the plugins installed already, we are going to light this up. So if you click on this, there they are. So let me get over to the other screen. So there it is. She's running. All right, so what I have in here for you guys, I have a 4K for receive if you're listening at 4K wide, and it's all pre-configured, but it is noise floor dependent. So I'm going to run through a few things here to show you what they do. And you're going to have to tweak this to get it dialed in. I also have, this is the Rxdap loaded. This is a preset in here, but it has Supertone Clear. So if I click on this, I don't know if it's going to load the clear or not. Yes, it did. Okay. So if you decide to go ahead and pay, I think the Supertone Clear is $100. If you decide to go ahead and pay for that, as long as you install Supertone Clear when you download it and pay for it, it must be installed to the C drive. That VST plugins folder that you extracted to the C drive, that's where all your plugins need to go for all of these VST host things that I do for it to work, okay? So we're going to get out of there. We'll go to the 3K. So this is the 3K, all right? So what I'm going to do is come over here. So I have the sun running. I'm going to unmute it. And let's see. Let's go to a signal here.
Thank you, class. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, Bill. Yeah. It's been a terrific day over here. 24 degree. Nice breeze.
City.
Now, one thing.
That's who wrote it.
No, written by Bert Bacharach.
And
Old David. All right, they wrote it. Well, who the hell sang it?
Why is everybody throwing carriers on these
It was
frequencies?
pretty good tonight. It's picking up.
Idiots.
It's picking up. It's getting closer to my...
So she's working. Let me get back over to the other screen. So I'm going to walk you through. This does not work as well as Supertone Clear. Supertone Clear is an AI algorithm that targets anything that is non-voice and it wipes it out. This does not. So what you see right here, so we have the Brit presser, and this provides hard limiting, and this is the limiting control right here. You left click and drag this up and down, and the knob will, if it goes to the right, it's less limiting. If it goes to the left, it's more limiting. And you'll see this light. This is the limiter right here, this meter, and you'll see this pop up. What you want is huge deflection on this. On a 20 to 30 over signal, you want it up in here. Okay, you're gonna have to adjust it because every noise floor is different. All right, and then that flows into this standalone. And what this is a noise reduction system. And I think what I can do is I can mute this. So I'll mute it and I'll uncork it. So right here, what you want, and I'll get on a frequency where nobody's talking. Okay. So how you want to set this up, this is going to come, when you light it up, it's going to look like this. Okay. What you want to do is you want to take these lines, these dots, left click, and be very precise when you left click, because if you click next to it, you see it adds another dot. If you can do that, you can add as many as you want, another point. But if you want to get rid of that, you right click on it, remove point. All right. And what you want to do is you want to set this up so that it's just above where your noise floor is. Now, this is something I need to show you. Whether if you're on an SDR, it's going to be dependent on your AGC-T, or in the Sun's case, an RF gain. If you are on a conventional radio like a 7300 or any radio that has a built-in sound card where you can do this with it, and you can do it without a built-in sound card, but I'm not going to get into that. You need to take a line out, like out of the headphone jack or out of a speaker out or something like that, and then you need to pat it down and then bring it into a sound card. All right. So the noise floor, you need to find a sweet spot on your RF gain and then come back over to your software. Okay. You'll see we got some static crashing starting. This is one problem with this system. It doesn't do well suppressing static crashing. The Supertone Clear wipes out 99.99% of it. It's very, very good. That's why I paid for it. There's nothing like it. But this works really well too. You can always clamp down your AGCT, but on a weaker station, you're not going to be able to do that because you're going to lose them, right? So that's not going to work for you. I'm going to actually reduce the volume here. Okay, back over to the other screen. From that, once you get that set, it flows into the Bertom Denoiser Classic. This is free. The one I use is not free. It's like $30 or something like that. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't even waste your time paying for it. Has the same basic features. And what you want to do, let's get to a signal. So I'll get to a signal. So let's get to a signal, and you can see this person talking, right? And you have, what I do is I set this will drag all of the sliders up and down. The further down you go, the more noise suppression you're going to get, okay? And that guy has some of the worst audio I've ever heard, so that's not a good, I don't know what's going on tonight, but this is really weird. Usually 80 meters, you get some great audio, but these guys are a train wreck. So, Yeah, so you take this and you drag it up and down. I usually set it, you'll have to play with it to see how it works. This provides superb noise reduction, but it acts like a gate. So you got to be careful with this. See that deflection right there? See how hot that was? He is 25 over, and that's pushing it. So I can actually bring the RF gain down a little bit. Yeah, that's more reasonable. And as you bring the RF gain down, you'll notice that this level drops. This is your noise floor. This starts to drop. Okay, so back to the Bertom. Set your, and these can be placed anywhere, right? If you want a little bit more noise reduction on the top end, you can drag these down a little bit. Now, this is important. You need to set your bandwidth, right? If you're at 3K, you can left click on this number and go up and down. Like if you're on AM and you want to use it on AM, you can go all the way up. Let's say the guys are running like 16K, you can go to 8 kilohertz, 8 per side, right? Or 10K, which would be 5 per side. You can go to here. I think that's how it works. Anyways, we're going to move it back to 3 because we're listening at 3. And you want to turn this on, and what that is that is a roll-off. So it rolls off all frequencies above this, which is handy because if you get a lot of QRN, static crashing, you got a lot of noise on the band, you don't want any audio coming through this system above where people are transmitting. So if they're transmitting maximum 3K, then set this to 3K. Kick that on. You can also do a low frequency roll-off. So I've seen an epidemic recently of guys running way too much bottom end without any top end. It's abhorrent. I can't even understand what they're saying. So it sounds like if that is happening, what you can do is you can set this right here, set this to 140, this slider right here, and kick this on. And that will roll off all the frequencies below 140 hertz. And there's one more thing I need to show you, but then once you're set with this and you got it sounded pretty good, this is basically your threshold, how much noise reduction you want this plugin to apply. So you can drag this up and down as people are talking, and obviously that guy's sleeping or something. And you'll notice, you see the white line here? This is like a sweet spot on here, and you'll see the peak, this gray line is way up here. Obviously, the higher up you drag it, the more noise reduction. Once you get to that peak, you'll start hearing the audio completely shut down. So that's how that one works. This final one is a corrective EQ. So if you have someone that you can also use this that's running too much bottom end, or you need a little bit more clarity, let's say you just need to sweeten their audio up a little bit and you need some more top end to make it more pleasurable to listen to or more copyable, you can tweak this to get there. And the opto compressor, just be careful of this. You don't want too much of this on. I have just a little bit just to smooth out the audio a little bit. Not much. It's very, very little. All right. One thing I wanted to show you down here, I have the engine input and the engine output sliders available for you here. So if you've got too much gain, I have it slammed all the way to the top because I needed more gain. If you have too much gain and you hear any clipping, like you see these meters moving in here, if you see these meters in these little boxes going into the red, you need to reduce your input. So you can drag this back. Okay, that basically covers all of that. So let's get back to, get over here. Okay. So let me just go through this. All right. There's some key things in here I need you guys to pay attention to. So if you're going to run this, you will need if you're going to run just this and not the TX side, you don't need to install Voice Meter Potato or Voice Meter Banana. If you're using the TX side, you will need to install that for obvious reasons because you're passing it virtually. But I'm just dealing with the Rxdap right now. So you need the Rxdap zipped VST host. You need the VST plugin zipped. I showed you how to do the Rxdap zipped. And the VST plugin zipped, you just click on this. And you can either download it right here or you can download it up here. Doesn't matter. It'll come in your downloads folder. Again, it must be extracted to your C drive, not in programs, not in anything else, straight to the C drive. If you put it somewhere else, it's going to open up and there's going to be nothing there. All right. Next thing you want to do is grab VB cable. All right. So you'll need a VB cable, and this is free. Let's see. This is the old package, new package, XP to Windows 11. You need to download this right here. That'll put a virtual audio cable on your system because, follow me here. When we come over here and you go to devices, you're going to need to set your inputs and outputs because everyone is going to be different. My advice to you would be to get yourself a good sound card. I would recommend the Behringer UMC204 HD, I think it's called. It's the one I just got. It is superb. Superb. This thing is running at like 2.33 milliseconds round trip with not a single stutter or anything. On TX and RX, it's handling everything. So it's really, really good. And it's only like $80. You can spend a lot more, like $200 or more on a card. You don't need to. This thing does it all, and it's got Midas preamps in it, and it's excellent. Okay, so here it is. Right here, go to devices up here, and you're going to need to set your input and your output. Your output you need set to your card. That'll send the audio process from here straight out to the card, to your speakers and your headphones. This is the input port, and this is going to be your output of your VB audio cable, okay? So let's say you're running the TX side. I know this is going to get confusing, but stay with me. If you're running the TX side and you're virtual, you are going to be running this or Banana. Right? So you set your rig up. This is for an SDR. Get back over here. This is for an SDR. So you're going to set your SDR up to Voice Meter Virtual ASIO. And it will send the audio from your receive audio from the, and you can see my mic moving. Right here on the input, not in transmit. The output will hit Voice Meter, Banana or Potato. And it'll come into your Voice Meter input right here. See this meter moving? But now you have to send it to here. VST host. How do you do that? That's where VB cable comes in. Download the cable, just do a regular install, and you set up your A1 is set to your sound card. Okay. Set up A2 to MME. I don't have a VB cable in here, but I have a pack of cables. So you'd select VB audio cable, just select it, and under MME, okay, under A2. Now what you want to do is click on A2, and it will send all of the audio from the radio to here. Make sure your input is set to VB audio cable, your output is set to your card, match it up to your sample rates. All your sample rates need to be the same everywhere. Mine are all 48 kilohertz. I set it at 500 samples. Boom, click OK. It should light right up. Okay, now if you're running a superhet, right, or let's say an ICOM, I wanted to go over this really quick because there's a lot of people asking me, well, I'm not running the TX side. Do I really need banana or potato? No, you don't. No, you don't. So let's say you just got audio coming direct into your radio. You're using a fist mic or using a desk mic, or you're bringing it in analog through a high cable in the front. You don't need potato or banana. I don't know if my USB audio codecs are going to be in here, but I'm going to check. So I could show you, because the ICOM, no, they're not. The ICOM is not plugged in. So over here, let me get back over here. So in the case, if you want to do this and your radio has a built-in sound card, super easy. What you want to do is click on this link right here. See here for install audio routing and configs. What this does is it takes you to the Master Blaster class series. So I'll click on this. There it is. What you want to do is you want to go down to, for Rxdap, you want to watch part 5, part 6, and part 7. And I go through part 5 towards, probably about 20 to 30% into this video. I go into the routing aspect of how to get it connected and passing data information from through your USB audio codec and a VB cable. That's all you need. So you need to go to, just as a quick little snapshot here. Where am I? Quick little snapshot here. Go to your little speaker icon if you're on Windows 10. Right click, click sounds. You need to go into the sounds panel. Get your sounds panel, and you need to go into recording tab, and you'll see your USB audio codec. If your radio's on, the power supply's on, and the USB cable's connected to your radio, you'll see your USB audio if you installed the driver for the radio, which you should have. Otherwise, it ain't gonna work. So you select your USB audio codec. What you want to do is you want to right click on it. I'm going to just do it here just to show you. And what you're going to want is you're going to want to check your sample rate. Okay. That's the first thing. Make sure it's 48, whatever sample rate you chose to run. Make sure it's the same. And you want to go to listen. And that USB audio codec, you're going to want to select VB audio cable in this drop down. Click listen to this device, click apply, boom. What will happen is it will send the audio down that cable into the input of the VST host. That's how simple it is. And then just select the card. If you don't have a card and you're running on your Realtek audio speakers, the card in the computer, and you got speakers plugged in the computer, you want to plug your headphones in, it'll work. Just select the Realtek speaker on the output port, and it'll send all of this right to your speakers. And if you plug headphones into the computer, you're good to go. That's how easy that is. It's stupid. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so this right here, see here for updated tutorial. That's where this video is going to go. So I'll have a link to this video here, okay? But this is the page you want to get started. I think that's pretty much it, you guys. So this system actually works. It works pretty good. Let me unmute the audio.
You will notice. Oh, I'm at 1.035. I'll be back. I got to retune.
Somebody shoot me. That audio is like What the frick, dude?
No, the only reason why I keep the SWR on all the bands as low as possible is because these amplifiers, you can't buy these tubes. These tubes cost a fortune, and they don't make them no more. So I like to see them go into a perfect load.
Oh, the EMAC tube.
Yeah, the iMac tubes, made in America. Nothing is made in America.
Mikey can blow a tube.
That's right. Shut up, Bill. Whatever.
KV2X on a 50.
AA1US.
All right, so there you go, guys. We are wrapped up. I just wanted to demo it quick. It's very close to the Supertone, but you'll notice, like that guy's audio was so bad that Supertone Clear may think it's noise and it may just shut it down. I don't know. So yeah, pretty funny. Get this back on the screen for you, and that's it. Good luck. Should have everything you need, and leave a comment in the section under the video. And remember, follow everything that I said. Follow the steps. Follow the directions. It'll work. If it doesn't work, it's user error. I'll stake my life on it. I just showed you. I just brought it in, and everything lit right up. And you should be good. All right, we'll see you later. 7-3.